Welcome back to the Scoop on Supplements. We're in the middle of our sleep stress cycle series, and today we're going somewhere most people have never been inside your brain while you sleep. Most of us think of sleep as the absence of activity, lights out, body offline, but the reality is almost the opposite. Sleep is one of the most biologically active states your brain enters, and what happens or doesn't happen across your sleep stages has enormous consequences for your stress, your cognitive function, your immune system, and your long-term health. Taya and Raffaele break down the architecture of sleep, why deep sleep is the most undervalued health tool most people are ignoring, and the supplements including magnesium, glycinate, L-theanine, and glycine that can actually support the quality of your night, not just the quantity.
Taya, what's the most surprising thing you've learned about sleep from a purely scientific standpoint?
Honestly, the glymphatic system. I remember learning about it and thinking, how is this not on the front page of every health publication? Your brain has a dedicated waste clearance system that is almost exclusively active during deep sleep. It literally flushes out metabolic byproducts, including amyloid beta, which is associated with Alzheimer's. Sleep isn't downtime, it's maintenance.
And that reframes everything, doesn't it? It's not I'll sleep when I'm dead. It's if you don't sleep, you're accelerating the conditions that get you there.
Exactly. Let's talk about how the architecture of sleep actually works, because I think once people understand this, they'll stop treating sleep as something they'll squeeze in around life. Sleep isn't one continuous state. It's a cycling process across distinct stages. A normal sleep cycle lasts about 90 minutes and repeats 4 to 6 times across the night. Stage 1 and Stage 2 are light sleep, transition, and consolidation. Stage 3, slow wave sleep, is deep sleep. This is the restorative powerhouse. And then REM sleep, which stands for rapid eye movement. This is where most dreaming occurs and where emotional processing and memory consolidation happen. The critical thing to understand is that the proportion of these stages shifts across the night. Deep, slow wave sleep dominates the first half of the night. REM sleep dominates the second half. So when people cut their sleep short, even by an hour or two, they're disproportionately cutting REM. When stress keeps cortisol elevated in the evening, it specifically suppresses slow wave sleep in the first half. Either way, you lose the stages that matter most.
And what I hear from people isn't I'm not sleeping at all. It's I'm sleeping but waking up exhausted. That's almost always a sleep quality problem, not a sleep quantity problem. They're spending enough time in bed, but they're not getting the architecture their body needs. From a functional standpoint, light sleep is like charging your phone to 30%. It's got some power, but you're gonna run out fast. Deep sleep and REM are the full charge, if you will. And the question is, what's keeping you in the shallow end?
Physiologically, a big piece of that is body temperature regulation. Deep sleep is initiated by a drop in core body temperature. If you're too warm, if you have elevated cortisol, if you had alcohol, which actually raises core temperature as it metabolizes, you can't efficiently enter deep sleep. The other key player is GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid. GABA is the brain's primary inhibitory neurotransmitter. When GABAergic signaling is strong, the brain can quiet down and transition into deep sleep. When it's compromised by stress, by magnesium deficiency, by caffeine, you stay in lighter stages.
So let's get into the supplements, because this is where it gets practical. And I want to start with magnesium, specifically magnesium glycinate, because it's the foundation for almost any sleep protocol I put together. Magnesium is a cofactor for over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including those involving GABA synthesis and function. Magnesium binds to GABA receptors and helps activate them. It's essentially helping your body's braking system work properly. And glycinate, the glycine-bound form, has good bioavailability and minimal gastrointestinal side effects compared to oxide and citrate forms of magnesium. What I love about magnesium glycinate specifically is that it supports sleep quality, not just sleep onset. People notice they stay asleep better, they wake up less, they feel more rested, and that's the architectural piece.
And magnesium deficiency is strikingly common. Estimates suggest more than half of adults in Western countries don't meet their recommended intake. So for a lot of people, magnesium glycinate isn't even a supplement for the optimization sense. It's correcting a gap that's directly impairing their sleep. L-theanine is the next one I'd like to highlight. It's an amino acid found naturally in green tea, and it promotes alpha brainwave activity. The state associated with calm alertness, like what you feel in meditation. It doesn't sedate, it helps quiet the mental noise that keeps people awake. It works particularly well for the racing mind type of insomnia. Importantly, it has a good safety profile, no dependence potential, and works synergistically with magnesium. They're targeting different but complementary pathways.
And then glycine, the third one I want to highlight, and that's the one most people haven't heard of. Glycine is an amino acid with its own sleep-specific mechanisms. It helps lower core body temperature by promoting peripheral vasodilation, literally helping your body initiate that temperature drop that triggers deep sleep. Studies have shown that 3 grams of glycine before bed improved sleep quality, reduced daytime sleepiness, and improved performance on cognitive tasks the next day. It's inexpensive, flavorless, mixes well in water. It's one of those supplements where the evidence to obscurity ratio is completely out of whack. It should be much more well known. At 1H Scripts, when I'm building sleep protocols, this 3-way combination, magnesium glycinate, L-theanine, glycine, it's often the core stack I return to before adding anything else.
And that layering approach is important. At Pasmora, we'll look at the same principle. What's the minimum effective combination that addresses the most leverage points? For sleep, those 3 compounds cover gamma support, alpha wave promotion, and temperature regulation. That's a lot of architecture problem addressed in a relatively simple, well-tolerated protocol.
That's episode 3, Your Brain at Night, Decoded. Deep sleep is your body's maintenance window. REM is your emotional and cognitive processing lab. And the supplements that support them work best when you understand which mechanism you're targeting. Next episode, Taya and Raffaele tackle the things that are actively stealing your sleep, from caffeine timing to the alcohol myth to the real story on melatonin, which most people are using completely wrong. Bosmora and 1H Scripts links in the show notes. Subscribe so you don't miss an episode.